I was given a hint about where this would come in the service, and the moment that I have written for, if it works, is the moment where the King and Queen come together after their coronation. And it's about the moment where everything is unified. Well, sometimes things take a long time to write, and sometimes they don't. And the extraordinary thing about this was, once I discovered the psalm and the idea of make a joyful noise, it was very, very quick. In fact, I almost found that the psalm wrote itself, with a little help from my dog here, Mojito. I'm here recording the Westminster Abbey Choir and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra at a studio in London. Got to be a big choir because there are quite a lot of people here. But it's an incredibly exciting day for me. It's an extraordinary honour to have been asked to write the Coronation Anthem. Well, I was very fortunate that I had dinner with the King and the Queen, and we were talking about possibilities for the coronation service. And it really came from there. He has a great love of English choral music, as I do. And so really out of a discussion that we were having about that came the thought about doing Psalm 98, which is normally called O Sing Unto the Lord, but because the King is very, very keen that we use the word joyful on every occasion, the psalm seemed very appropriate because many, many times it also says make a joyful noise. David Wilson, who very much helped me with this, is my musical associate assistant. I don't know what to really call him, but David is a fantastic person to work with all the time. Pete and Kirsty, the engineers at Abbey Road Studios, and I knew them really pretty well from a couple of films I'd done there. This was a different one really, because we normally with them we record everything in one go, but with this we recorded the orchestra first and the organ, then we recorded the choir, then we added on the trumpets, rather than doing them in one huge go where you could sometimes get things wrong.
I tend not to think of the scale of things because you don't want to get overwhelmed, but it's obviously an honour to be doing this, and it's great to record all these wonderful musicians and Andrew's music, especially knowing it's going to be such an important piece at such an important event.
Thank you, it's lovely to be with you all.
Andrew, the Westminster Abbey newly appointed organist and choir master and director of music, wonderful person to work with. I really had a really good time. All I can say about that is that, gosh, what a baptism of fire when you arrive at your new post. You say, oh, by the way, you've got a major coronation service to conduct. So all I can say is that I think they got the right man, but I wish you the best of luck, and I really would love to work with him again.
As you can see, we're just set up and we've got all these chairs waiting for the Westminster Abbey Choir, which is going to be a real treat. And what's great is I think it's probably the first time some of these younger choristers have ever sung in a studio. So it's going to be pretty exciting for everybody. First of all, just to get used to it and so I can hear you through these microphones, I'm going to ask Andrew to rehearse you a cappella. We can experiment with how loud things are in your headphones until you're really comfortable and you can hear yourselves well and feel comfortable. Here we go.
That's really great. What you could do, just to help us a little bit with the boys, just spit the words out as much as you can, and also have a little bit of fun on bar 30 with raw. You could just put that bit of raw, it would be really nice. Raw. you know. First musical I wrote, well, I was at Westminster, and I wrote a musical when I was about 13 there, which I wrote with an older boy, which was called Cinderella Up the Beanstalk. You know, the most important thing to do is to decide what you want to do in life and have fun, and then do it. We have the Royal Air Force, I'm going to call them Fanfare Trumpeters, wonderful instruments, unlike any other trumpet. They're not like the trumpets that most people know. They're kind of big ones, small ones, extraordinary things, and they are a division, would you believe, of musicians within the Royal Air Force. Hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Goodness. Now, I'm going to have to admit, I know nothing about the instruments you're playing, other than that they look like huge trumpets. I mean, so these are the bass ones, are they?
I'm a tenor one over here.
You're a tenor? Yeah.
I'm Sergeant Jonathan Hill, and I'm a member of the Fanfare Trumpeters of the Royal Air Force. It's a true privilege to be able to record the music of Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, and not only representing the Royal Air Force, but also able to represent all of the military musicians in the UK for this national celebration.
I've always wanted to play one of these.
One of the things we've got to work out is how we're going to make it all work in Westminster Abbey. So we have the Fanfare Trumpeters, we have the Westminster Abbey Choir, we have the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and of course we have the Westminster Abbey organ. My big concern is, are they all going to be in time? How do they hear each other in that building? But luckily enough, I've worked in the Abbey before. Hopefully we'll be able to get it together. Fabulous. You're all to go professional, you know, one of these days. Absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to stitch all that together. I think take a break now. We'll stitch it together and see whether we're okay. I hope I'm going to get it right. Yeah, you never know, but sounding pretty good so far from the wonderful orchestra that we've had today.
And you played the King on the piano.
Yeah, he's heard the demo. He's heard the whole thing.
Has he?
Yeah, he heard it with our office choir.
Right.
Yeah, he's very sweet. He said, and the actual line was, he said that sent shivers up my spine and tears to my eyes, and he also added, I wish my mum could have heard this. What we want to take away from it is how important it is to be positive in order to fight the many things that are going wrong in the world at the moment. And I really do feel that if I can add just 1% of joy to everything that's happening in the world at the moment, that's all I tried to do. Well, as they say in show business, it's a wrap. Fabulous. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
When I think about Charles and I think about what his legacy is going to be, it's going to be about the core values that matter. And I think he's a very, very remarkable man.